Man, what is up? You are tuned in to the Shaker's Den, and we are going to take you back to the early 2000s. A little Raw, a little SmackDown, but a little Versus. Okay. I'm going to be representing Raw, Santana's going to be representing SmackDown. We're going to
Hmm.
tell you who did it better here in the Shaker's Den. Ooh. That is right, honey. We are
Hmm.
off the heels of Fast Lane, one episode of Raw, one episode of SmackDown that took place last week.
Hmm.
And we're here to see who had the better show. Mm, 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 mm.
I think that, and if you can kind of tell, we are representing our brands.
Yes,
I've been on SmackDown for a very very long time in
yes,
simulation, and Nikki was on Raw, but I was also on both brands. So
yeah,
now I've finally taken my spot down on the blue brand, and Nikki is staying on the Raw brand.
yeah,
And I mean, it's a lot of things that happen on both shows. I mean, of
yeah,
course, with Raw heading off of Fastlane, and then of course being the season premiere of Friday Night SmackDown, which a lot of things happen
yeah,
on SmackDown. But we're gonna start with Monday Night Raw because I mean we might as well
yeah. I
the
mean, it
show.
was
It's
first. It's
it, it
Monday.
was it was very first,
Yeah,
since so I think we need to start out with Monday Night Raw.
yeah.
Nikki, this is your brand.
This
You're the
is.
you are the general manager of Monday Night Raw. I am the general manager of Friday Night SmackDown. Move your ass, Nick Aldis. So
Wow.
yeah.
So much to unload. But we start off, of course, with Seth freaking Rollins. Shout out to WWE for all of the pictures
Hmm.
for tonight's episode brought to you
Yeah.
by the Shaker's Den and Battleground Podcast, wherever you stream.
Mhm.
So make sure you check that out. But man, it's very funny that Seth kicks us off because he didn't have time to do much talking.
No.
Drew McIntyre is here. He wants his shot. And this was very friendly.
Mhm.
This was a little too friendly. I'm not
Yeah.
as invested. I need to see something. But Drew, he's been waiting. He
Hmm.
has been out for some time and now he's back.
Yeah.
He's been back for a couple months now, it feels like, and I don't know. I don't know if Drew is the right opponent. Uh, this
I
wasn't me.
mean, I don't know. We can say that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I feel like with Drew, he's been, you know, taking a pushback to a lot of things. I mean, he got put in the tag with Riddle. Now Riddle is
Mhm.
gone. He's been beating up on Kofi and Xavier, and now stepping into feeling like now, well, listen, I'm tired of playing games. I want my gold. I want a championship. It is time for me to have my moment. I have been screwed out of my moments on plethora of times,
Yeah.
and well, he feels like it's feel like it's might be this time and Self in his to be the same height as Drew McIntyre with the damn boots on. Cause Seth is like 5'8" maybe, but Drew is like,
Maybe. Yeah.
I don't know, but I don't
Who
know, honey.
knows?
It's Queen.
But that wasn't even the part of the opening. Damien comes out. He seizes his opportunity after, Seth Rollins took such a beating. I mean, he might have won that match, but he took a beating. Both of them did,
Yeah.
him and Shinsuke. Now, here's the problem. Drew, you got to mind your business because Dominic comes out
Hmm.
to assist Damian Priest to cash in, possibly be successful. And Drew wasn't having that. Were you? Mm, I
Very,
you were very upset.
very. Cause like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? This is For someone who allowed Jey Uso to get his ass beat, you sure don't know how to mind your business with this situation here. Because you feel like because you initiated the challenge to Seth Rollins, and yeah, he agreed to it, probably going to be take place at Crown Jewel because they did announce that it's going to take place. It's official. Drew versus Seth is going to take place at Crown Jewel. My thing is that what you don't want to face my man Damien? Like if he decided he wanted to cash in, you don't want to face him? Hmm? You don't do you feel like Damien could be a threat or something? Because like you're saving Seth from being cashed in on. And yes, I know Damien, could have cashed in on him at Fastlane, but Rhea took the briefcase. Well, and was like, you know what, you need to rest up. You need to be 100% at least so that there won't be any mishaps. And well, having Dominic even have this briefcase to try to run down past Drew, and Drew stops him, and then he not only does he stop him, he's flungs the damn briefcase back to the top of the like.
Crazy.
I would love to see Drew and Damien in a match though. I'm not gonna even lie. Like a one-on-one match, I think would be crazy.
Yeah. Speaking of one-on-one matches, we also saw Ivar defeating Kofi. This is crazy.
Hmm.
So much going on in this match. Valhalla getting involved. I
Hmm.
mean, mm, I couldn't believe he lost. I didn't like that.
Well, I think this is a way to give Ivar a push too, though, since Eric is kind of in
Yep.
his injury and everything. So I don't mind it. Shout out to Kofi Kingston. He did open up a library
Yes.
and everything. So like I think that's absolutely amazing and everything like that. So kudos to him for even doing that and everything
Yeah.
like that too. He also gave us an update on Big E. He said Big E is almost 100%. So I don't know what that means, but fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. I mean, because you never know when anyone can pop up at this point.
That is
We
true.
move on to the women, of course. Raquel and Nia Jax plan to get the win amongst each other. However, that was later. Mm. Rhea said, "Hell to the no, no, to the no, no, no." Rhea said, "This is my division,
Hmm.
and I'm sick and tired of people saying certain things about me,
Hmm.
not thinking I'm not the leader of Judgment Day." She comes in and she hits Raquel,
Hmm.
which gives Raquel uh technically the victory over Nia Jax.
Yeah.
But then Shayna comes out and she's like, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
what the hell? Um, and that doesn't go well. Rhea decides to turn her back against Shayna. Shayna takes the advantage. Uh,
Hmm.
and it was very, very clear by the end of the night where this is gonna get us to tonight,
Hmm.
honestly.
Yeah.
Shayna did tell Jackie, you don't turn your back on me. So
But ask about him. I
you better.
mean, I mean, this is so like I don't think we've really seen Shayna and Rhea like be across from each other in this
Yeah.
magnitude before since NXT wise. I say that, and I'm I'm excited to see. I'm glad that, and I'm happy that Rhea is putting herself within the women. That she does have competition now, thanks to Nia Jax to return because Nia before Nia everybody was scrabbling the papers trying to figure out, oh well, what's next for Rhea? Who's going to be the one to step up to Rhea? Rhea has three other people right here: Naya, Shayna, and Raquel, who are extremely dominant in their own right, that can give Rhea Ripley a challenge. Now, allegedly, there's supposed to be a fatal five-way match happening at Crown Jewel. We don't know who. We can obviously tell who the four people are going to be in that. The thing is that who's going to be the fifth person, have absolutely no idea. But I saw a graphic with Tegan Knox on it. I don't know. But
No.
you never know. But like now y'all can shut the hell up about, oh well, Rhea's not involved with the women and blah blah. Rhea
Yeah.
finally has competition so that she can be involved in the women and still she can be involved with the women and still handle the men's miss. Who can do that?
Who you
Mommy.
know?
Not everybody can do that. I acknowledge Rhea Ripley. Okay.
Period.
I don't know which finger to put up, but
You know what's
And
so crazy is she asked for the match with Shayna.
she did.
So we'll have
She
that
got what
match
she wanted.
tonight. You'll get our thoughts next week for
Hmm.
that. But really good showing for everyone. Shayna was not in the
Rhea always kind of get her ass whooped when it comes to some of her competitors. But like in her matches, she does really well. But
yeah.
offense wise, she's great on offense.
Yeah.
Like defense, girl, you need to get a little you need to step it up a little bit. Girl, you get flung around now.
Get up. We also had Michael Cole in the ring with Jay Uso and Cody Rhodes after, their big success at
Yeah.
Fastlane becoming the undisputed tag team champions. And KO and Sammy, you know,
Hmm.
they wanted it to be clear that there will be respect, but there's time for, at least them to get one more shot before the big news happens. Of course, Santana will tell you about
Yeah,
that. But, you know, I just, one more time,
at
one more
least.
time. That's it. And that was set for our main event, which we'll get into a little
Hmm.
later. Now, Ricochet has attacked Shinsuke. Shinsuke has attacked Ricochet. They've been attacking each other for quite some time now.
Hmm.
Bronson Reed has also found his way into the mix as well. But before Ricochet had his match to determine who would face Gunther, Shinsuke takes the opportunity. Now, he doesn't attack Seth, who, like, he just had a crazy ass match with. Instead, he wants to revisit this rebuttal with Ricochet. And I find it very interesting because Ricochet, it keeps him in
The mix.
on TV doing something, even though he lost the match, obviously. But Shinsuke, mm, he should be champion.
You would think. Like, I still feel like Shinsuke should have won that last man standing match.
Right.
There is no way, to this day, there is no way nobody can give me a definite reason as to why Seth should still be holding this championship.
Right.
And tell me why Finn should have beaten him and Shinsuke should have beaten him. Like, what? Nobody can give me a reason.
Nobody.
Nobody gives me a reason. Nobody can give me that. So,
But of course, Bronson Reed smashes and
mhm.
crashes and bashes his
Yeah.
competition, and he gets the victory. We also move on because Drew, before his match, he speaks with Seth. They're having, like, I don't know what it is. They're so, like, cool. They're just hanging out. They're just like, I don't know. It's not like,
Buttery up type shit.
yeah, like, it's like, oh yeah, you're a star. You're a star. Yeah, bro, you're cool. Yeah. Like, what? Fight. Um,
Every time I see my opponent or if I made a challenge, we fighting backstage. I don't care.
absolutely.
It's on site every time.
We also see after that time, Becky is confronted by by Xia Li. We
Hmm.
haven't seen Xia Li in a minute, which is very, telling. Is Xia Li going to be the next opponent for
Yeah.
Becky Lynch? And then, of course, Drew defeats JD during the match. Dom is trying his best to grab on to Drew and pull him, but he gets knocked into the damn announcement table. And JD, a loser again. Like,
Yeah, but he's winning at one point. You know what I'm saying? Like, And me personally, I still wish this was me. Like, there is no way in hell that JD should be in this position and not me. Like, I don't understand. Like, this should be like, this should be me. I'm serious. There is
Oh,
like, can you imagine like little old me? Like, I'm 5'3", Damien is 6'5". Little old me, you know,
crazy.
how does somebody like gets to play a role to be JD? I would be JD to be a part of Judgment Day. I like, if it I would just mess up all the time. If it just means that Damien gets to yell at me, or I end up
Yeah.
hung up on the wall. Anything that'll brighten my day.
It's
Amen.
crazy.
Amen.
There was also an interview with DIY, of
Mhm.
course, with Wade Barrett, and then they were attacked by Imperium. So we'll have to see what develops with that. After JD took his loss as well, Rhea Ripley made sure to tell Damien that she had a plan for
Mhm.
Mr. JD. Before, well, this was actually after. Of course, Becky and Tegan Knox had their match. Wait, did I do that?
Yeah.
Oh,
They
yeah.
just had it backwards.
This was after the match, right?
Yeah, that was afterwards.
Okay. So we'll come back to that. Becky and Tegan Knox, of course, have their well awaited match. Of course, it was whoever, Becky was gonna Becky and Tiffany had their match, and whoever won had to face Tegan Knox. It was a very interesting match. I don't know
Mm.
if this was the right call, but I do think it gave Tegan Knox a lot of exposure. Um, Here's where the drama unfolds. Becky retains, obviously. Tegan
Yeah.
Knox is telling her frustrations to Natty and Katana and Kaden.
Mhm.
Just being very open, being very transparent, feeling just so defeated. Natty's telling her, you have so much more to go. Chelsea Green walks up. Everyone, hide your empathy, hide your feelings. She doesn't give a damn.
I
Piper, of
don't.
course, is her tag partner. She's gonna stick up for her, obviously. Piper and Natty, yeah, they're gonna get it on. They're gonna do some things, baby. What did you think? Did you think it was gonna be Chelsea and Natty?
No, I didn't. I felt like,
Yeah.
we've seen that Chelsea in like a plethora of different matches thus far. I
Yeah.
want to see Piper in the ring. I enjoy seeing Piper wrestle. Honestly, she's
Yeah.
absolutely amazing, and I know that her and Natty or I'm hoping that her and Natty put on a really, really good match, because I don't want it to be a squash match. I want them to at least get, a decent amount of time to be inside of the ring with each other. Let them cook for a minute.
Yeah.
I feel like with Natty and Piper, it's going to be really good, because Piper's a powerhouse, but she could throw her body around, honey. She throws her body around. And
Yeah.
then with Natty, Natty is so technical. She's she's absolutely everything.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm excited, girl.
I love to see it. And it builds a lot and it gives a lot of the girls TV time.
Yeah.
You get to see a lot of different feuds that are coming up. Very divas. Very divas. And I'm very interested to see how they incorporate each match. We also saw a segment with Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae talking to Adam Pierce, and then they had a brief interaction with Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley kind of dismisses them in a sense. Candice LeRae kind of tells Indy to leave. Rhea Ripley makes it very clear to Adam Pierce that she's trying to get her division in order. I don't know. I just found that to be like, what? Okay, like
I
I
mean,
feel you.
listen, this is still. I mean, hey.
Yeah,
she's in here. She's a fan favorite.
yeah,
I know people be like, "Oh, I hate Rhea Ripley. I hate Rhea Ripley." So
yeah.
who cares?
Who cares? And then of course, main event time. Y'all know damn well, main event Jay Uso and Cody Rhodes. We're not gonna lose those titles to Kevin and Sammy.
Hmm.
I would give Raw about a good 7 out of 10.
Hmm.
I don't know if they won, but we'll see. Do you have any final moments from
Raw.
yeah,
I thought it was a pretty solid show
yeah,
for what it was. I'm sure that with the season premiere tonight, anything is possible. We
yeah.
got some pretty good lineups and everything, but from last week episode, I thought it was pretty good. Still not a little satisfied with Jay and Cody winning these damn tag titles, but you know what? I, I'll be okay. I'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? It's all right because hey, we have tonight to worry about. Oh my god, I am not ready for that. I'm not. But you know, it was a good show for what it was. I enjoyed it. What I will say I do appreciate is the fact that we had so many women
So many.
showcase on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah,
It was great to see. Whether they were just in a backstage segment, it was great to just see women be showcased throughout the entire show somehow,
yeah.
some way. So that gives a plus for me.
There it is. Oh Lord. Brand
So, and
wars
finally,
begin.
Kevin, he does show respect to Jade.
He does.
Finally, after being so stubborn,
This picture looks fake as hell.
very AI. I just want to say that there's a Taurus, a Leo, and two Cancers inside the ring,
Okay.
and I did it in that order. So if you don't know, then you know. What there's that. So
And then we also have some matches before we allow Santana to break us down with the SmackDown, honey. We have some matches that will be happening tonight, actually. Gunther will be taking on Bronson Reed. Ricochet and Shinsuke finally get their revenge in the ring 101. And of course, more than likely in our main event, another tag team match because we love tag team matches here.
we do.
Main event Jay Uso, Cody Rhodes taking on Damian and Finn. Oof, it's gonna be brutal.
Ugh.
We also have Natalia and Piper,
Mhm.
and then we will be moving on with what should be the main event, in our opinion,
Yeah.
Rhea versus Shayna Baszler.
I'm so excited for this match. Honestly, I'm hoping that it goes the way it needs to. But then again, what Raquel had said on
Yeah.
the digital exclusive, she's tired of people interrupting her matches. This match might get interrupted.
Oh,
It might, and Raquel and Nia are probably going to be the ones to do it. So I don't want to get my hopes up, but I am hoping that they at least put on for let them cook for a few minutes and then do what the fuck y'all want to do. All right. So now we move on to the blue brand, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys did enjoy Monday Night Raw last week. And well, let's get into the season premiere of Friday Night SmackDown. And the slander begins. All right. I know you guys have missed uh my Friday night SmackDown slanders against y'all tribal chief Roman Reigns. Um Roman has taken his long-winded vacation, meaning that I took a long-winded vacation. He hasn't been on the TV screen, so I haven't really had a chance to slander him. But now since he's back, he's faced with John Cena, who basically kicked us off. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, like with Roman, he comes back, he tries to talk about Cena. You come in, you show up when you want to, and blah blah. Are you not doing the same thing though? I'm sorry. Are you not doing the exact same thing? Roman? Romisha Reigns? Are you not doing the same exact thing? So what are you talking about? Come on now. Like you can't talk to the GOAT, John Cena, like that. Okay, a future Hall of Famer. I mean, you are too in your own right, but not like Cena. Um, so so I want to say, mm, it's not nice seeing you back, Roman. I know that there have been so many people who have been missing you and have been wanting to see you and everything. But I mean, we've been blessed to have John Cena carry the brand while you decided you wanted to go off and do what you wanted to do. And now you're upset at the fact that Cena is here, on what you consider to be your show, which Cena started on SmackDown in 2002. Let's say that. So SmackDown has always been the home of John Cena, even though he went over to Monday Night Raw, et cetera, et cetera. SmackDown has always been Cena's brand too. And you want to say that this is the place that you built? I'm sorry, you are not AJ Styles. Okay, you are not AJ Styles. So you like no, absolutely not. By no means necessary. But Cena, he lets it be known to Roman that, listen, I'm not here, for an opportunity or anything like that. But I would rather pass it off to somebody else. And Roman Reigns is introduced to LA Knight. Now, Paul Heyman has been doing a lot of fishing around lately, and he has stumbled on LA Knight. And, he wanted to try to give him some pep talk, a little bit of encouragement, some words of advice, blah, blah. And I'm sorry, but Roman, LA Knight has you, honey. You must be pissing your pants right now. I don't know. Like, LA Knight being in the ring with Roman, finally he's getting this push that he was supposed to get at SummerSlam. I guess you guys were waiting on something, but I mean, he's in front of the champion who decides he wants to come back, you know, and LA Knight had the biggest pop. Honestly, truly. You cannot take that away from him. He's been getting the pop since Roman. You have not been here. His merchandise sales has been number one over you. Let's start that there. No matter how many new fucking shirts you drop, LA Knight stuff has been number one. So LA Knight has truly been doing what he needs to do to be up on the SmackDown brand, and he's been doing his part. But even in the midst of all of this going back and forth between Roman and LA Knight, Jimmy, who we thought or saw hanging out in Vegas or whatever, he comes in and he tries to throw out LA Knight, but fails miserably. And well, just when you would think that maybe Roman would have done something, he basically told Solo, come on, let's go ahead and get on down. I'm like, are you running away from competition, Roman? Someone who, you know, people look at you as like a god, you're running away. You call Cena a coward, but you're running away. Not understanding. I don't get it. You know, you could be losing your spot really soon, Roman. Even though you might be holding that title for so long, and I mean, like, it's a great accomplishment according to Cena. But where you been at, bro? Welcome back home, I guess. You know, salute. Where you been at? Jimmy running around here trying to be like you. Your family is in cahoots. Everybody is doing everything else. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, Mr. Reigns. You need to get your family in order, I guess, but doesn't feel like it's getting anywhere.
It's crazy how his cousin is in a tag team with Cody Rhodes.
The man that you defeated at WrestleMania. The man that said that Jay was gonna leave you.
Yeah.
Mm. Oh well. As we move on to our opening match of the night, my man Pete and Ridge, the Brawling Brutes, faces the returning Pretty Deadly. And this was a great opening match. This was actually a really, really solid match. I absolutely adore Pretty Deadly. I love their in-ring gear. I'm living for the disco ball. Pretty Deadly technically made their debut on the main roster, sort of you could say, at a live show that I was at. And they ended up facing Kofi Kingston. One of them did. But yeah, it was nice seeing them back inside of the ring. And like I said, it was a pretty good match. And well, Ridge, you know, you're getting victories on NXT, but you're getting rolled up here on Friday Night SmackDown. I don't know how that works, but that shit is wow. SmackDown is getting stale with Roman as champion. This is Roman's crown jewel defense, likely. Probably so. I don't know if it'll be LA Knight. It could be LA Knight. I know that there were talks of maybe it being John Cena, but then again, kind of got to see how it continues to play out after what happened towards the end of SmackDown. We got the return of Carlito because, of course, we are off the heels of Fastlane, and Carlito did, come back and return on at Fastlane as the third partner for LWO, even though the match was just going and going and going until like the final ending seconds of it. And so he comes out and he helps them to victory. And if you missed our Fastlane post show, definitely go check that out if you haven't already, and so on and so forth. But Carlito, he's been interviewed by Kayla about coming back, being a part of the WO and things like that. But it didn't really last that long before he gets attacked by Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. I mean, the Street Profits definitely jumped and attacked Carlito. I mean, it was wild. And then within the fact of that, there's obviously going to continue to be a feud between Bobby, the Street Profits, and LWO, because I'm sure that Bobby and the Street Profits are not happy as the fact that they lost on or at Fastlane. Bobby is pissed and from getting embarrassed at Fastlane, and he should feel embarrassed because y'all lost. Was I expecting them to lose? Not really, but I don't know. I was going for LWO, but I don't know. I was like, wow.
It was
Okay.
just crazy to me how Bobby Lashley was trying to keep it all cordial with
Mhm.
Carlito, and
Yeah,
then all of a sudden he's attacked. I'm like, okay,
girl, not the sneak.
you could have kept it real.
Literally, I don't know. But we moved back here because, like I said, Roman, he obviously has some catching up to do with Jimmy and stuff like that, and he seems to be a little bit nice and lenient with Jimmy in a sense, even though he's tired of him saying that yeet shit and everything, and he's sick of it. He's tired of it. He's not happy about it. He's like, my Jay is around here in another tag team. Jimmy is sitting on my couch, like Cena's back, like so much is happening right now since I have not been here. This will happen when you don't show up to work. You miss all the good shit. You miss all the good shit because you have not been here. So I don't know to tell you, my boy. But we move on to our women's match of the night, Bailey versus Zelina Vega. This match happened because Bailey came and stopped by after Carlito was attacked, and LUWO was trying to, get him some help and everything. And this caused Zelina and Bailey to have a bickering back and forth type thing. And well, Zelina threw her damn chocolate at Bailey, which happy belated Hispanic Heritage Month, ladies and gentlemen. We have a Puerto Rican and a Mexican inside the ring. But this was pretty short in a sense. I feel like Zelina really didn't get as much offense as I would have liked her to get, but Bailey did pick up the victory in this match, and even afterwards, Io and Bailey decided they wanted to attack Zelina Vega, and then out comes Charlotte trying to run in those heels, and comes for the save for Zelina Vega. Charlotte has very much been on her "let me save the girlies" uh cape on. You know
You
what I'm
know
saying?
why?
Why?
Because Bianca not here.
That's true. Because if Bianca was here, Bianca would have definitely been out here. Hell, Bianca and Charlotte would have both came running out together. Probably,
Maybe.
maybe so. Hey,
I'm here
tomorrow.
for it.
You're not too late, but I don't mind it, you know what I'm saying? Because Charlotte has some unfinished business with Miss EO Sky. Um, as we do move
But it
on, because
sucks because
yeah, hmm?
it sucks because it was Oscar who tapped out.
That is true. And haven't seen Oscar since NXT. Oscar was not here on SmackDown tonight. Well, that night. And it seems like they're kind of excluding Oscar for the time being. To maybe Oscar shows up Friday. You know, who knows? Um, but we are graced with Triple H, who, like I said, this is the season premiere of Friday Night SmackDown, and Triple H shows up, and he has some really, really big announcements. And Adam Pearce is inside the ring. We are going back to general managers, ladies and gentlemen. Adam Pearce has been holding down Friday Night SmackDown, Monday Night Raw, and everything like that. And he's truly been doing a heck of a job. Honestly, he's been doing absolutely amazing. And you know what? It is that time that he gets his promotion and he becomes the general manager of Monday Night Raw. So Nikki and Adam Pearce will be working together on the Raw brand.
Hey, hey. I have to say my comments for a little later, honey, because y'all know how I feel about Mr. Scrap, honey. Mr. Scrap, honey. That's a fine bald headed man.
Oh
I just
God.
want to say I've had the pleasure to meet him and shake his hand, and he is
Yeah, right
lovely.
you are.
Damn. I have to tell y'all that story. Y'all have to listen to that another time. But man, let me tell you something. I am so happy to have Mr. Adam Pierce.
Hey,
So I'm not like,
we got to talk about that on like game at night.
ooh,
Like we got
yeah,
like we got to talk. We
yeah.
got we got to talk about that and other things on game at night with the Sasha. But yeah, so obviously the celebration didn't last that long because Dominic Mysterio comes out and they try to recreate that Triple H meme that has been going around on social media. And it's hilarious because Dominic Mysterio is the one to come out. So and Dominic is not, he's not happy. You know what I'm saying? He's just he's just like, what the hell is going on here? Like we're running these brands, we're running WWE, we're running all these brands here, and I don't know. It was kind of weird having Dominic be the one to come out and actually interrupt Triple H, and it's so funny because Triple H thought that, or made a comment and laughed and said that, oh well, we thought maybe the crowd was piped in. Unfortunately, Triple H found out that that was very much incorrect. So he decided that he wanted to switch out the microphones, but it didn't do anything. The crowd was still louder and everything like that. He was like, "Oh my God, you guys calm down. I cannot hear what he has to say. I'm sorry. Go ahead." And then the boo is just like, that's like a choir, you know? Poor Dominic, man. Y'all need to stop booing Dominic because Dominic really be having some really nice things to say. And you guys are just really, really rude. Dominic Mysterio slander would not be like, we would not have that
I'm
at
gonna
all.
be honest. Keep booing him so he can continue to be the best talker in the business.
Yeah. Because
Cause that's
obviously the best talker, the best champion, like the man is a 20-year plus vet, Mickey James. Okay. 20 years plus vet. Okay. And speaking of Mickey James, we do find out that her husband, Nick Aldis, will be the general manager of Friday Night SmackDown. So me and Mr. Aldis will be running the Blue brand together. And our first thing is to not only shit on Dominic and tell him how much of a fan we are of his father, but to also finally find out Who
Hmm.
is coming to SmackDown? A lot of things was like Cody Rhodes. I mean, could you imagine it being Cody Rhodes? It's not. We're getting Kevin Owens. I was not expecting Kevin at all whatsoever. My mind was straight to set on Cody because when Adam Pearce told Jay that whoever gets traded to SmackDown was going to piss a lot of people off. Who are these people?
Maybe we'll find out tonight.
I mean, I guess so because allegedly Sami Zayn's story is supposed to begin tonight. I guess we're gonna do a new My Rise version of Sami Zayn, and
Girl, kiss my ass. I'm not here for it.
so it was great, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I don't know exactly where this leads for KO, but Kevin Owens on SmackDown, it feels nice because
Yeah.
I just sometimes you just feel like you just know that certain wrestlers are fit perfectly for a brand. Like you just it just happens that way. So were you shocked that Kevin was the one to be picked?
I was absolutely shocked. I was not expecting it to be even in the capacity of any of those men. I had been saying I didn't want it to be Cody because I just feel like he is the USA. He is the
Yeah.
network. He just feels so right with the network. I want to see him be able to have a show on the network.
Hmm.
Um, but Kevin Owens, I want to know what was the reason. I want to know. I know you want to know who the people that are going to be pissed off. But I want to know what was the.
Well, I kind of think I can know who the people are going to be pissed off, and that's the bloodline. So
That's true, but Roman, that means when are we gonna? Mm, I
Roman
don't
and Kevin are like the Usos and the New Day. It's about that time again, ladies and gentlemen, that we
know.
run back.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
a,
I get
that
that's fair.
we
That's
run
fair.
and we run
That's
that back
fair.
again because
Yeah,
it just seems like every now and
yeah,
then we're running to a Kevin and Roman discourse, same way we're
yeah.
running to the Usos versus the New Day for the tag titles, or even
That's
just a
fair.
match period. They was running that back every season. Christmas time, you already
Yeah,
know what time it is. New Day and the Usos for the start their feud again, and then boom, we had a pay
yeah.
per view and defend those damn titles. It's
That's
literally
fair.
like the same thing.
That's fair. No, I love it though. I love to see Kevin. I hate to say this, but I'd rather it be Kevin than than Cody Rhodes.
I'm like,
He-
can you imagine Cody coming to Friday Night SmackDown? Like,
I
what?
I just don't
No,
need that right now
no, no,
in my
no.
life.
But
But yeah, good
luckily,
time.
Cody dodged a bullet, sort of, because technically, because he's holding both of these titles, he can be on both brands. So technically, we've kind of won. Either way, we get both
True.
Jay
For now.
and Cody for now,
If
depending
they
on how
lose tonight, that's gonna be hilarious.
that's gonna be like, damn, y'all really love me. Y'all like okay. But yeah, so Kevin is on the blue brand. The first thing commits for him was to give uh Dominic Mysterio a stunner.
Yeah.
Send his ass on. Also, other things we got introduced to was Nick Aldis and Chelsea Green. Impact Wrestling is in the building, ladies and gentlemen, no matter what. You know.
Yeah.
And Piper doesn't seem to be too impressed with Mr. Nick Aldis at all whatsoever. Chelsea decided, listen, let's put a memo in to let you know how we're going to be running these tag team championships. And, simple as that. That's it.
Thank,
Nothing else.
thank God Chelsea's been able to hold these titles for as
Bro,
long.
what?
Like
It's so
it's
good.
just the I know we've had a lot of great moments in the tag team division for the women. And I
Hmm.
say that loosely because I know we've had some hard moments too, but Jesus Christ. Chelsea has been
I
thank
mean,
you. Like
she's been great, honestly. Truly, she truly has. So, but what gets even greater is that before we even get to this, right? Okay, so we have Charlotte Flair who comes in, and Nick Aldis, makes his first point four as general manager, make our first match. And he, Charlotte came in, tried to talk about what happened at Fast Lane. Nick said he knows what happened. It's very messed up. You are supposed to be the 15 time, women's champion. If EO never pinned you or, stuff like that. And well, he said that, what, next week you're gonna get your rematch. It's gonna be Charlotte versus EO Sky for the WWE Women's Championship. Thank you, Nick. Boom. Okay. All right. So we I mean, I was like, oh my God, it's happening. We're finally at the point where we've had Jade Cargill show up at Fastlane, meets with Triple H. We've had her show up to NXT, meet Shawn Michaels. Now we're on Friday Night SmackDown. Thank God she's in blue too.
She didn't want to come to Raw.
I don't even know why. Well, I wouldn't say I don't know why she would come to
She
Raw.
might be on the premiere night.
She could be. You know what I'm saying? That's the only brand she has not showed up on yet, and that is Monday Night Raw.
That is true.
So, I mean, Ripley kind of has already said she's waiting to stand across from her. So I mean, I don't know. Jade has a lot of people who are ready to
Could
stand
be
across.
Bex.
It could be Becky. It could be Becky because I don't think I've heard Becky say anything or whatever. I heard Bianca say something.
Yeah,
I've heard
Rhea
say something. I've heard plethora of other girls who've done interviews say about, welcoming Jade Cargill over. But we kind of already know a little, I want to say a little bit of with Jade and Charlotte because they've had an interaction on Twitter. And Jade said, one day she would like to face Charlotte Flair. Now you're face to face with her. The way that this goes is Triple H creeping in to try to introduce Jade Cargill to Charlotte, or vice versa. And, Charlotte's like, Jade Cargill. I don't.
This is so monumental. This is why this versus is
Put it on the wall.
The verses is gonna be so funny because things like this tip over the show. It tips over because this is the best moment in wrestling this week, in my opinion.
Yeah, this definitely has to be like your talk of the town kind of situation because like you have someone who's a new star coming over to WWE, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie, Jade Cargill over in WWE, she feels like somebody who's like been here already. The way that she's been maneuvered around, it's like you're bringing her. It's like you're truly bringing her in as that big star. You are treating her like she is as big as a Charlotte Flair, or beyond. Like you're treating her like that.
And it feels as if she's being treated as if she's not even inside the bubble of wrestling. She feels like an entity of just she's Jade Cargill. Like she is Jade. Like I can't even explain it, but it's so monumental, and I think they're doing the right thing. I said it. She has to meet with Charlotte first. It's only right. But man, this was the match this was the moment of
we already talking about matches.
we we have been talking about doing a versus for a while. We said we were gonna do it after Fastlane. When I saw this moment, I was just like, oh yeah.
No, we got like, come on. Like we were going to do it the week before, like within Fastlane range, but it was like, nah, let's just wait. We're on and it's right because we're on a new season premiere of things. So it's only right. So I mean, I don't know if Jay is gonna pop up tonight on Monday Night Raw, but this is on the brand she has not showed up yet. But she tweets a lot during Monday Night Raw.
She does.
She really does. Who's my first victim? Who's my next victim? Who do you want my victim to be? All kinds of things. You know what I'm saying? So
if
I don't know.
Natty, I'm gonna go crazy.
Oh God, please.
Jade Cargill, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Yeah, baby.
It's sickening. But but yeah, so I say like this moment here with Jade, Jade, it's nice to, finally meet you. It's a pleasure. Oh, it will be. Do what?
Crazy.
It's a great time. Honestly, it truly is. So I don't know, man. This is step one. Who else is Jay gonna meet along the way? You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't know.
We'll see, because we weren't expecting that.
Not right now at that. Like they kinda it's like, okay, maybe she just pop up and she just do a walk-in thing.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna let you walk in on somebody. So I think it was great. So whew, I don't know, man. All right. So we move on to this next match here because Jay and Cody put out issued out an open challenge, and Theory and Grayson accepted it, and well, they got folded. I'm not gonna lie though. I enjoyed this match between Grayson and Theory. I think that those two as a tag team are have to be the most annoying people ever in my entire life. But they work so well together. They mesh really, really well. Honestly, I thought maybe it would have been a Miz and Grayson Waller because I kind of like that dynamic of those two in a sense. But I don't mind Theory. Hell, if you want to put all three of them together, I don't care. I think it would be great because they're all of them like Miz is a great talker. Grayson's a great talker. Theory is cool on the mic, but I would rather the Miz talk more. But I think that Grayson will be able to hold his own too. But Theory is a great wrestler. He truly is, in so many different ways. And I know that a lot of people shit on his character or whatever, but if you take away their character and honestly pay attention to his in-ring ability, he does some amazing spots inside of the ring. Honestly, truly. And but yeah, so uh Theory and Grayson did take the loss, and the titles were on the line, and they did win. Cody and Jay did. Um, Now, after the match, which was really shocked a lot of people, or in a sense, with the fact that with Cody with Cody and Jay holding both of these titles for both brands, that means that they can come over to the SmackDown brand whenever they feel like they're needed. And well, it seems to me that the stare down between Roman and Cody is like flashing back all the way to WrestleMania. The time that when Cody won the Royal Rumble all the way up to selecting Roman as of course the opponent because there were no other champions at that time, world champion at that. And having a match at Mania, going first of all, going through all the different obstacles to get to Roman at Mania, and even after the fact of Mania, it's like everything like just flashed between both of their eyes and everything, and all the things that Cody said to Roman, about what was going to happen, once he lose that title or so on and so forth. All of that was flashing before his eyes. Roman didn't even look at Jay; he looked directly at Cody. Now
Yeah.
Jimmy, on the other hand, was just doing what he does best. But mm,
I think it's funny because I feel like you'll always remember where you are
hmm
when Cody lost to Roman Reigns.
yeah,
Like, because it's just so iconic.
it's like what the
Because there was the pieces, there were so many people, there was so much doubt. People like, there's no way he's gonna do it, he's gonna do it, he's gonna do it. And he didn't do it. Unfortunately, he didn't do it. It's
could
crazy.
he
And you
have
just
done
know
it?
where you were. You just if you watch pro wrestling and you watch that match or you were at WrestleMania or you were there, like
You know what you were doing.
you you remember exactly where you were because that was just the ending of of WrestleMania. That was just it.
You had to go to bed with that.
Like that's just it.
Like
That's just how it ends. And it ends. And it's over. And I was sitting there, I'm not even gonna lie. I had went to night one, and night one was fantastic. I mean, Kevin and Sammy beating the Usos, that was so monumental. Rhea and
mhm,
Charlotte, everything was great. I was at Dave and Buster's the night this happened, and I just remember like looking at the screen and being like, "What?" I knew it. I just, oh my god, it just. but I don't think that. Oh God, I think that we just gotta let the finishing the story thing. We gotta let that go for a minute.
Well, according to a lot of people, he did finish the story by winning those
Yeah,
tag titles. But no, I'm not going to say that's finished the story.
no,
I think that somewhere down the line, if it does come to where we do have Cody and Roman again, I think that we will have a different Cody Rhodes
and he
because I think that with Cody, he's learned the game now. He's understand that Roman has this bloodline. He has this family of his now. But I mean, even though Jay is here, on sort of on my side, you can say, the thing is, I feel like the mindset of where Cody is going to go into is going to be amazing because first things first, you're gonna have to get rid of Solo somehow, some way. Solo is more of a threat than Jimmy is.
then Roman.
Like literally, you're gonna have to get rid of Solo because Solo is the reason why Cody lost at Mania.
Yeah,
He got ejected out and came back, literally. So
Cody
like,
needs to get Matt Cardona.
if Mac Cody, you need to go round up all your people that you know and just bring them on over here.
Let Miz join them. Like,
Join Cody.
yeah, let Miz, Cody, and Matt Cardona.
Mm,
I just feel it.
I don't know. I don't know.
World
But
domination.
does finishing the story depend if they get Dwayne for Mania? I don't know. I mean, the
Uh,
story is that Mania is that, well, I wouldn't say Mania, but I did see something that somebody had posted. There are in talks of having Roman and The Rock, I think at Mania 40 or something like that. Whatever. I don't know. I personally can't tell you.
The Rock is gonna beat Roman in like seconds, and the world is gonna go crazy.
I'm not gonna even lie. I'm probably I'm really gonna be the most hated person on social media.
Could
The
you
way
imagine?
the if that was something that to happen where The Rock beats Roman in like 20 seconds, the
I mean,
same way
no,
they
like
go,
literally,
like
like rock bottom.
boom, that's it. The same way that Goldberg beat Brock Lesnar is the same way The Rock should do Roman Reigns. When I mean like silence. I would want to be in the arena when that happens because
Absolutely,
I want to make the most noise.
absolutely. I would definitely want the Rock to beat him.
I want to make I'm telling you, everyone gonna be in a bit quiet. I'm like, I fucking told y'all. That's it. He is done. Get his ass out of here.
You
Cannot
could you imagine? Could you imagine like the feeling
might as well have
in the
Hulk Hogan
arena?
beat him.
Who is that? Not Terry. I just want Cody to beat the Rock.
Oh my god.
So
Hey, if The Rock was to beat The Rock,
because Roman may have beat Cody, but if Cody beat the Rock, Roman couldn't beat the Rock, and Cody beat the Rock.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. It's up. It truly is.
yeah, I want if they do Rock Roman,
I'm
he
salty.
gotta win.
That's why we the salt shakers. Tomorrow, we make you feel salty, and we shake a
He
little
gotta
rather.
be Roman. He definitely gotta be Roman,
I-
100%.
Hey, who knows if it happens? Listen, y'all might well not even show up. I'm telling you, I'm going to send a message to everybody who has attacked me during the time that Roman was holding this title. Yeah, yeah. The slander. Oh, it's gonna be nasty. Mm. All right.
Crazy.
But we get to our main event. LA Knight versus Solo. This match was thoroughly good. I definitely enjoyed it. Solo is that man is like when you look at what he's done in NXT and coming over to the main roster, he's been putting on banger matches. Like anytime he stepped into the ring, his move set is solid. And then you got LA Knight, who of course has been doing this for a very, very long time. And the chemistry that him and Solo had inside of this match was great. It truly was. I mean, obviously there is something building there, and it's like you have to get through Solo to get to Roman now. Like that's kind of how it is. Like Solo being the enforcer, if you can knock down the enforcer, then you might be trickling up your way. Because of course you can get through Jimmy. Jimmy, you can get through him like immediately. Like that's not even a challenge, girl. You might well just go ahead and close your eyes and just knock him out, and then boom, you're done. And you can skip over that and then get to Roman wise.
Oh,
Speaking of Jimmy, he decided that he wanted to get himself involved in the match with Solo and LA Knight. But of course, Cena, being who he is, being on the side of LA Knight, he came in to make the save. But it didn't take that long for Solo to actually take out Cena, which ended up him. They gotta do my boy Jimmy better. Jimmy need to do better for himself. He just a damn character. Uh,
this would be funny.
listen, hey, we got the better brother. But nothing to say from Jimmy though, because he's great. He's a comedic version and everything like that. So that's why nobody can take him seriously because he's so
Yeah.
goddamn goofy. Like he's always doing stuff. Versus with Jay, like Jay, you might want to stop breathing, honey. I mean, clutch your pearls or other places. But yeah, so Solo takes out Cena, and then LA Knight he hits his finisher on him and gets the victory right before Roman decides that he wants to come out of nowhere and spear LA Knight and remind him that this is my ring, this is my company, this is my show, and blah 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 blah. Johnny Mathis versus Diet Pepsi. Girl, y'all be having some crazy signs out here. But yeah, so that pretty much brings us to the end of Friday Night SmackDown, in a sense as well. So I definitely would have to say that SmackDown had the better show. Which SmackDown has truly been killing it, even without y'all Tribal Chief being here. I want to say, they truly have been putting on like each and every week. So like tonight's show was definitely the better show. Honestly, it
I
was
don't.
great season
I
premiere.
don't see. I'm only giving it to SmackDown because
Jade Cargill was here, and we got
yeah,
Charlotte,
that's it.
and
Literally,
Cody was here. Nick Aldis, makes his debut as being the
yeah,
general
there
manager.
was so
The Lakers
much.
here. It's a lot that was happening.
Raw was cute though, but Raw's gonna show out this week. We're
Yeah.
gonna be back. We're gonna be better.
Hmm.
We're gonna do it all over again. We'll probably bring this to you live for now.
For the
So
time
we'll
being, yeah.
for the time being 5 p.m. Central, Raw versus SmackDown in the Shakers Den, of course. But
Mhm.
honey, yeah, I gotta give it to SmackDown.
Of course, keeping it with SmackDown, we did have some matches to be announced. So Santos will be taking on Montez Ford, of course, representing the LWO Santos, and Montez Ford representing Bobby and the Street because they don't have a name yet. So that's that. And also we do know that Charlotte will be getting her title shot on SmackDown against EO for the WWE Women's Championship. Now, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I have absolutely no idea. But what I do know
Charlotte
is
is
that I
so
still want to be in this position, ladies and gentlemen. I still want this to be me. That's I will give Raw a 9 because of the fact that this happened. I'm hoping that more stuff happens with JD so that I can be a part. And that's all I got to say about that. Thank you for coming on TikTok.
Listen, Charlotte's good for winning a good old SmackDown championship on a SmackDown. I can
The next Ronda Rousey,
Ronda recently, and then she beat Asuka.
she did
So I don't know.
definitely.
My fingers are crossed. I wanted a 15. Um, I want a 15. Okay,
Who
and I
knows?
took pieces.
Oh
But I'll
no.
give it to you.
Mm,
I'll give it to you, SmackDown. Y'all held it down. Y'all held it down.
the blue
We'll
brand.
be back tomorrow for NXT Uncut.
We
So
will
make sure
be.
you check that out because yeah. We also have some amazing interviews. Danny Limelight, Shalon Say. Might have another one coming. Can't say this one. Now this was under contract.
Yeah,
So
we have to. You would just have to see and everything like that. Couple of other things too. Also, we will have Ray face off with Logan Paul because Logan wants the WWE United States Championship. Well, when Logan Paul decides he wants to show back up in WWE and step into the ring with Rey Mysterio, then we'll have that conversation.
and
Until
there you
then, stay your ass over there in MMA or whatever you're doing for now.
I
Okay.
think he has a match too this week here.
I know he had one this past weekend.
Maybe.
That didn't last long, but either way.
But we'll
But
be
yeah,
back tomorrow. Where we're gonna be, we might stream the gaming tonight. We
I don't have
could.
anything to do.
I don't either. I mean, we never have anything to do,
No.
so we
We don't.
might.
Yeah. So definitely check out the two interviews that we do have out with Danny Limelight and Shalance Royale. Definitely, oh god, please definitely check those out. Shalance just dropped today. Danny Limelight dropped yesterday. So definitely make sure you do check those out. Check out Fashion Forward in the Den. We did our first show yesterday as well. So definitely check that out. And also check out any of our other post shows we have for NXT Uncut and Impact Wrestling, of course, here, Raw versus SmackDown, where we figure out which show was the better one. And also, somewhere down the line, we will have some other content come for you guys too, though. So yeah, like thank you so much, Joseph. Really appreciate that. Thank you, Tamara, for stopping in too. We truly appreciate that. We try to always give authenticness here with whatever we choose to do and everything. Like you can't duplicate authenticness. You can't. You just can't. So thank you guys so much once again. And we will see you guys next time. Definitely follow the socials at the Shakers Den on Instagram, at the Shakers on Twitter, and follow our YouTube at the Shakers Den. Website will be coming pretty soon for you guys. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Till next time, guys, you have been tuned in to the Shakers Den, and we will see you guys back tomorrow, maybe, or later on tonight for Game with the Salt Shakers.